Is something wrong, he asked. I need air, I peeped. There's no air. I tried to inhale deeply, over and over, with growing alarm at the lack of oxygen in this basement. It was all breathed up. Too many people. No air. I couldn't understand why no one else was gasping for it. I felt angry and frustrated that no one knew what I was talking about. But that I might be dying never crossed my mind. Let's get you some water, the bartender said. I put the glass in my hand, though that wasn't what I wanted. To please them, I took a sip. Then something struck the base of my chin like a prize fighter's upswing. For an instant, I thought maybe I'd slipped so that the bar itself hit me. But in reality, it was the moment I left my body. I shot straight up, like someone fired from a cannon, up and up into the perfect blue of a clear sky above the blue, blue ocean. The nightclub was no more. Air, delicious air, flowed over me. I've flown in many dreams, but never approaching this booming degree of exhilaration. I seemed to lead with my sternum, and as my momentum tapered, I arched back and opened my chest to the sky in a backbend that curved over seamlessly into a swan dive. God, did that feel good. Here came the ocean's surface to meet me, ready or not. I pierced it and shot down into it. It felt cold, but not too cold to be lovely, and the surface dappled above, but not too far to reach. Effortlessly, I surfaced. For the first time, I saw a beach, and, wanting to be there, arrived at it. I walked through shallows, surfed the stony shore. To my left, I saw a distant house on top of a hillock, or almost a mesa, on the beach, as though the waves had eroded away all else. Arriving there without effort, I saw the house was pale blue, weathered, and rested on a foundation of large boulders and rocky slabs that were covered with oozy, dark seaweed, almost like slime. The base of the house was a good 10 feet up. I had a sure sense of competence, of doing, and I wanted to reach the front door, so I climbed despite the oozy stuff. As I climbed, my already faint sense of body seemed to slip away from me, so that I became only vision and the act of climbing, almost like a subjective camera. By the time I reached the door cell, I was literally at the level of the doorstep. As I crossed over the threshold, I realized, or more recognized, with a glint of solemn wonder, that this was the house of my ancestors. All of them had crossed that threshold. All of them had been here. I loved this place, this legendary waypoint. A sense of joy filled me, of honor to be here. I could see the grain of the wood floor as if magnified for detail. Look how the countless footsteps, so many generations of us, had worn the floorboards to an almost powdery consistency. I was brand new here, an upstart, the youngest, and though they were not visible or distinguishable, my ancestral family's combined presence somehow greeted me, welcomed me. I sensed in particular my father's father, who died before I was born, and whom I knew only from photographs. And there was the famous picture window, broadly framing the ocean, the scenic ocean view that all my ancestors loved. I'd known of it somehow. In the past, there'd been a chair where generations of the Sept's favorite, but now it was gone, and I was approaching from below, almost snaking across the floor, wondering how I'd get high enough to peek over the sill. What a surprise to feel some force swoop me toward it, up the wall and, whoa, right over the sill into the open air. I flew, amazed, but without a trace of fear. The low-hanging sun cast a dazzling track of reflection across the ocean's surface. Over this I zoomed, so deliciously, with the sense again of being pulled by my sternum, though I was bodiless, with the exhilarating sensation of air and space sliding over me, though I had no skin. The motion, the sensation of passing through something as I zipped over that dappling bright reflection, was so perfect that I wanted it to go on and on. But before I knew it, and with that same sense of surprise, what? I was sucked right into the sun itself. I knew the sun was good, the giver of life. Light engulfed me, surrounded me, embraced me. Not just my surface, but all through me. It felt warm like summer sunshine on your naked skin, but radiating all through your being. It shone white, not like a white wall or a white cloud, but like the sun of the noon sky, and its brightness permeated all my consciousness. And the light was love. I was love. I was adored beyond measure by a parent who now invisibly cradled me and delighted at my being, my cuteness, my innocent goodness. I was perfect. The parents immeasurably precious infants. And I who had starved for this feeling all my life, who had searched for it so blindly, so desperately, finding inside for nothing more than to be loved exactly this way, was at last complete. I knew a bliss beyond description. My bliss was so complete that my I-ness, evaporated into the brightness. I forgot I'd ever been Louisa, forgot the whole enterprise of living her life. As if the intensity of love's brilliance overexposed the lines that distinguished me from the parent, loving ceased to be a transmission. The parent loved Louisa and became simply love. Love is love. Love, love. I can't say how long I passed on this thing. Time did not exist. And since there was nothing to want, nowhere to go, nothing to expect, I can't say I missed it. But then something did happen. As if with the flip of a switch, the light switched to utter darkness. At the same instant, I sensed a decision from the parent, equally absolute. You cannot stay. You're not done yet. What? Man, was I pissed. You're so wrong. I will stay. I'll never go back. I threw a tantrum, an infantile, boundless tantrum of refusal. I howled with no voice. No! I would show the parent it couldn't send me back. I would convince it. What I sensed in response was both compassionate patience and an utterly inflexible case closed, sweetheart. In fact, the parent had gone. I found myself alone in utter darkness. I felt only a moment of alarm, aloneness, and the start of terror. Its force was winged.